Good morning. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 7275 Mulholland Drive in West Hollywood, and I am preparing to perform a video examination of the main sewer line here on the property. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I wasn't able to locate any exposed or accessible main sewer line cleanouts here when we first got to the property. So what I decided to do was drop down through this 2-inch waste vent. This is a vertical pipe that comes up from the horizontal drains under the building out through the roof to allow air into the system for drainage. Also allows sewer gases to escape out into the atmosphere above the roof. So this is going to work for us today. I already pushed the camera through. I did find some cleanouts further down the hillside, but since I'm set up here, I figured I'd just go ahead and run the camera from this location. Now, there were some very familiar situations here occurring. The structure of the house, the layout, I have determined that I was here previous, so I do have previous knowledge of this system, and we're seeing many of the same or similar things. Right here, we're actually still under the house, and I know I had discussed that this isn't the focus of today's inspection, but because of how I dropped in, I am seeing it, so I would like to comment on its condition. We got a pretty good build-up here. It looks like roots coming in. This might be an older, like an older abandoned pipe for maybe the master bath or something like that. But you see roots coming down through this opening and into the cast iron. So this is something that's considered a compromise to the integrity of the pipe. It may have been snaked out recently, but roots and cast iron is a failure. This is located underneath the floor here in our living room area, a couple feet deep, and that's something that's going to need to be addressed here at some point. We have some older failing sections of the original building drain system, and then things clean up a bit here. So we're kind of pushing at an angle out into the back patio area, and here we're tying into a section of the old original vitrified clay piping, and you can just make out the opening at the top of the pipe there, just forward of us, which would have been the original main sewer line cleanout, and that was something that normally would have been exposed and accessible for maintenance purposes. It's been covered over by the tile in the patio, so it's not very easily accessible. One of my concerns here is we've got a bit of a separation occurring at this joint. I don't see that anything's broken, but you do see roots there. What somebody has done is they've put a couple of cleanouts further down the line, one that can go backwards as well as follow the flow of the system. So they've provided better access. Rather than saying dig that up and replace that section of clay, we would really just want to monitor the system. Eventually this cast iron piping that we've come back into will deteriorate to a point that it would need to be upgraded, though right now it looks to be in generally serviceable condition. Now here we're changing to the newer plastic that's running down the back hillside. As we come around this turn, we're seeing these series of a couple of cleanouts right here. We've got some modern plastic running down the back hillside. Now this is a tie-in from the master bathroom area that was either an addition or it was rerouted. There's a 3-inch cleanout off the back of that master bathroom area for that branch line of the system. Now these modern plastics, they're expected to have a long service life. They have a very smooth inner surface which allows for high washout capability, and then they are intended to be impervious to root intrusions. So we got that newer section, and then tying back to the original cast iron. Now this connection is a little offset as well. So this move this transition, which again could be problematic. Continuing down here. Older cast iron, but generally still functional down at this lower end. So it looks like we've got kind of a combination of different pipes from different times. It looks like there's been repairs and replacements, rehabilitations done at different times on this system. Here we have another short section of plastic, and then we're tying into the 6-inch lateral pipe that's going to run under the street below. It's had a liner installed as a method intended to rehabilitate an original pipe. And then around this turn we're going to drop down into our public sewer here. So at this point, the system is basically functional. There's a couple of areas of concern, some of which should be monitored. And we've got some issues in some of the drain pipes under the house. Based on the age of the structure being from the 50s, these original cast iron drain lines under the building are nearing the end of their expected useful service life based on the average service life expectancy. So one certainly would want to consider monitoring those and planning for future upgrades, especially since we've started to see some failures starting to occur in those areas. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video portion of my examination. I will be issuing a written report which will describe the final findings and recommendations, including maintenance recommendations. Now, we do recommend that all main sewer lines are examined after any significant seismic activity, and that main sewer lines should be examined annually to monitor for changing conditions in the system. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.